Hello, this is Brenda-Gagne, and I wanted to shoot this video to talk about something that just happened to me the other day that I thought was very interesting and made me think and kind of want to shoot this video about it. I was dropping my girls off at gymnastics, and I met someone that I went to school with a long time ago. And so we were catching up, and she wanted to know if I had, finally become the elementary teacher that I wanted to do. And I smiled and I thought, yeah, I did. I became a teacher. I was a teacher for 3 years, and wasn't really everything I expected it to be. Had a little hard time being all tied down to the classroom, loved the kids, wanted a little bit more. So eventually, I went on to do some other things, and right now, I have 3 little kids, so I'm at home, and I was telling her that I have businesses online and doing a lot of different stuff, and she looked at me and she said, "So what, did you turn into your brother?" And I thought back and I thought, wow, that is so interesting because, see, my brother's always been the computer guy. He could take them apart and do things with them and put them all back together and fix whatever needed to get fixing. And I had no clue about anything that had to do with computers, nothing at all. And I thought it was so interesting that right now in my life that all I do is I work with computers now, not the insides, but, online and stuff like that. And it was very interesting to me to think, how in the world did this happen to me? How did I get here? Me having all this knowledge about computers when, just a tiny bit over a year ago, I knew nothing. And it just made me think back to how weird or how interesting things are when they happen. Because if you would have asked me a year ago, I would have not known at all that I'd be where I am today. And so I started thinking about the little stepping stones that I've taken over the past year and how one thing has easily led to the other and how things happen in life. I'm kind of a firm believer of things happen for a reason, even though you don't know what they may be at that time. But when you look back and think, wow, I really struggled about this, but if I hadn't struggled about that, then this wouldn't have happened. It's very interesting how things like that can happen. Because, see, I'm also a believer of when you're ready, the teacher appears. And it's very interesting how this happens, but I got my start online through Lead System Pro. I was introduced to it. But if I would have been introduced to it, 6 months prior, I wouldn't have listened. I wouldn't have said, I would have said, no, my business is doing good. I'm doing my, I'm meeting my friends. I'm talking to my family. Everything's going fine. I'm building my business. But, lo and behold, after a little while, things turn and say, I don't have any more friends to talk to. I went to so many networking meetings and, I was done with that. So it was very interesting to me when I met Cedric Harris and he showed me Lead System Pro. That was exactly what I needed to hear at that time. So going through Lead System Pro was my exact beginning of how I got started online. And through that, I learned what capture pages were. I learned what an autoresponder was. I started building a list. I started getting leads coming to me. I actually started signing people up into my business, which was very exciting for me. And, it's interesting because if I hadn't learned that stuff, I wouldn't have been ready to learn the next step. And the next step, the teacher appeared. This really cool training came about, and I thought, that's really interesting. I need to learn more about this. I need to learn more about what direct response is and what copywriting is, take the steps that I'd like them to take. So I went ahead and learned about that, and learning through all of that opened my eyes to even more stuff. And if I hadn't learned that, I wouldn't have understood what the online marketing funnel was. I had no idea about what that was prior to that time. And so then I was ready. I had learned a little bit of knowledge, and I said, I need to create this entire online marketing funnel if I really want to set myself apart. So I didn't know how to do that, so I learned all this HTML, and I learned, how to put up the FTP to put up websites and stuff like that. And certainly, believe me, there was a lot of struggles doing that. That was confusing as heck. But I got over it. And it got me to the point where I was fully ready to build a team with the knowledge that I had created and duplicate. And it was very interesting that everything that I had gone through seemed to go to this one point. And I started doing that. I started building a team. People were coming through automatically exactly how it was set up. And I started pulling people onto my team. And then I wasn't having the duplication that I really thought I was going to have. And I struggled with that for a little while, not quite understanding exactly why it wasn't working the way it was supposed to. And then I realized, after a lot of time and talking to different people, it wasn't actually me. It wasn't the online marketing stuff. It was the actual company. The company was great. I love the company, still do, love everything about it. But it wasn't working with what I was trying to do. The business model was not congruent with what I was trying to do online. And that really made me realize the fact that I needed to listen to people a little bit more on what they were saying, because I liked what I was doing. I liked the company I was with. It made sense to me, but yet other people had told me, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? This is going to be better. And I think you have to listen to your gut no matter what. But then it's a lesson I learned. So now I'm in this new position, and my goodness, my eyes have been opened up so much more than I even thought possible. And what I see happening right now online is that the whole massive group that's online is going to get broken up into 3 parts. There's going to be this group over here that already understand how to market, they already understand how to do all this, and they understand how to have team duplication, and they're really going to take off. And then there's this middle group, which is a lot bigger, and this is filled with people who understand how to market online. They understand what capture pages are and leads coming in and attraction marketing, but they're not quite getting the results that they want. And they're working and they're working and they're working very hard, and they're trying to build their teams, but it's not quite meshing the way it should. And there's a lot of hard work in this group, and there's a lot of frustration in this group. But they're going to persevere, and they're going to keep working very hard with mediocre results. Then there's this group over here of the people that are so excited. They get online, they realize all the stuff that it entails, they realize that it's kind of hard. They get online, they realize this is a business, and they just quit. It's too hard, they can't follow through, and they quit. And these groups are going to evolve, and they're going to rotate, because so many people are coming online every single day. I'm over here in this group. I'm over here with this team, with this group of people that know exactly what they're doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know how to have my team duplicate, and it's such a different position to be over here than to be in this group. And there's so many of you watching right now that are in this middle group, and it's not your fault that you're not having these duplications. I was there too. And once I went over into this group, my eyes were just opened up so much as to exactly why this group is not having success. And it's sad and it's unfortunate. So if this makes sense to you, if what I'm sharing with you, if you feel yourself that you're in this group, it's because you're not being shown exactly what you need to do. You kind of have to figure it out. You see what they're doing, and you see what they're doing, and you're copying it, and you're trying to make it your own. It's very hard to do it that way. What I'm doing right now, this team that I'm part of, what I'm giving to my teammates that come on board with me is everything. There's no time, or there's no reason to make you guys struggle and figure it out on your own. I've already figured it out. I know exactly how to do it, and I know how to teach it. And I know how to teach it in a way that it's very understandable for you. But, forget about the fact that I can teach you how to do it. If you're going to come onto my team right now, I'm actually just going to give it to you. Your entire online marketing funnel, what you really need to make things happen automatically online, I'm actually giving to you. I'm creating it and giving it to my personal teammates. There's no reason for you to figure out how to do it on your own and wonder and guess if this is going to work. I know it's working. I've seen it work. It's working for me, and it's working for other teammates. So of course it's going to work for you as well, as long as you follow through, follow the directions, and work hard. It's the same thing. I'm not going to do it for you. But if this makes sense, if you're like saying, you know what, that's what I need. I'm so sick of doing this on my own. I need to be with people that know exactly what they're doing and they're getting the results. Why would I not make that transition? And that's actually what changed it for me. Everything that I've done up until a month ago was on my own. I was, taking bits and pieces from everything, putting it all together, paying for trainings, paying for coaching, finally got it figured out. And I just was like, why am I doing this on my own? Why would I not be a part of a team that is moving so fast, understands exactly how to do things, and is having team duplication? Why would I not be a part of that? These are great people to work with. Now that I'm part of this team, it's so interesting. I love it. And the team duplication is just incredible. And I love being able to offer that to my new team members. I love being able to say, hey, this is what you're going to get. Look at all this stuff that I'm going to do for you, and once you have this set up, you're going to go do this, and then you're going to go do this. It's like that. They know exactly what to do because it's set up for team duplication. So if you want to see a little bit more about what I'm doing and how I'm creating this, there's a link below. It's going to take you over. I actually want you to opt into a brand new funnel that I have just created about a week and a half ago. And you'll be getting something exactly like that I'll be creating for you if you decide that you want to take this next step. If you're sick of doing things on your own, if you like the team that you're on but you're ready for something more, if you're ready to take that step and be able to work with the people that can truly bring you to where you need to go, this is actually the time to do it. Right now is the time to do it, because we have something so big coming up in the next few months that if you get in right now, when this thing is ready, you are going to just basically explode. The time is certainly right now to get into something like this. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I just wanted to shoot this quick, not so quick video anymore, about the interesting things of how things happen and why they happen. So anyway, click the link below, check it out. You're going to want to get on the inside. There's a lot of free bonuses in there also. And after you get in, I even have a 9-day boot camp with some really cool information that you're going to want to check out. So anyway, this is Brenda-Gagne. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.